Someone is afraid about you. What they found on July 2nd about you. You're my dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says someone is afraid about you and they have every reason to be because what they found on July 2nd about you shook them to their very core. It was not something they ever expected. It wasn't just a rumor, not something someone whispered in secret. It was a revelation, something undeniable. Something that made their hands tremble. And their voice go silent. It was about you. Yes, you. And it changed the way they saw everything. That morning, the one who found it had no idea what was coming. They were simply passing by. They weren't even looking for anything. But heaven had a plan. And when God opens the curtain, even those who are blind are forced to see. This person, shaken, confused, and trembling, came face to face with something divine and disturbing. They saw your name. They saw something about your body, something about your scent, an aroma. That wasn't physical, wasn't perfume, wasn't earthly. It was a spiritual smell, something that revealed your destiny, something that revealed how long you've suffered, and something that exposed the danger you're in. Your body smells like a battle zone. Not a foul scent, no, but the spiritual fragrance of someone who's been through intense war and still standing. It's the scent of crushed roses because you were crushed but didn't die. It's the smell of fire because the flames touched you but didn't burn you. It's the anointing of someone who carries scars that others can't see. You're marked, covered in a spiritual fragrance that only angels and spirits can detect. And what they detected on July 2nd terrified them because it meant you are not ordinary. You never were. Someone has been trying to decode you. They've watched you from afar. They pretended to ignore you. But secretly, they've been obsessively tracking your every move. Not because they love you, but because they want to understand what makes you untouchable. They've tried to destroy you, but every time they thought they succeeded, you came back stronger, louder, glowing. This person is not just afraid of you. They are afraid of what you carry. They realize that you're a gate to something heavenly. You carry the kind of light that exposes their darkness. You carry a frequency that shatters manipulation. You carry power in your silence and fire in your breath. And now, because of what was discovered on July 2nd, they know you are divinely backed. You have been feeling it too, haven't you? Restlessness, pressure, strange dreams, sudden interruptions. You think they're random, but they're not. You've walked into a realm you didn't even ask for. And now spiritual attention, both divine and demonic, is focused on you. You woke something up in the atmosphere and now things are stirring. People around you are acting differently. Some are avoiding you. Some are watching you more than they admit. And others are suddenly confessing things you didn't expect. Why now? Because the July 2nd discovery unlocked a chain reaction. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open your ears. Do not sleep through this message. This isn't just spiritual. This is survival. The person who found the truth about you on July 2nd is now under pressure. There's a meeting happening. People are trying to suppress the truth. But heaven is breaking the seals one by one. Every lie spoken against you is unraveling. Every secret is leaking. You felt lonely, misunderstood, pushed aside. But that loneliness was divine protection. God had to isolate you so you wouldn't be contaminated by the very people who now fear you. Some of the ones closest to you knew a long time ago what you were carrying. They weren't clueless. They were pretending, hoping you'd stay asleep to your calling. But now that the revelation is out, they're panicking. Your name is on a list in heaven. A special scroll marked with fire. Angels know you by scent. Your prayers have been echoing like thunder in the divine chambers. Even when you said nothing, your pain was screaming. And now God has stepped in. Someone is planning to run. They want to leave before you find out what they did. But they won't get far. God has appointed watchers. And those watchers are exposing messages, conversations, and hidden transactions. You're going to receive a strange phone call soon. Or maybe it will be a wrong message sent to your inbox. But it won't be by accident. It's divine exposure. Someone is about to trip up and reveal everything. Michael says they smelled what you carry. That's why they're afraid. They knew you had a calling, but they didn't expect it to activate now. They thought they had more time, but God fast-tracked your destiny. And now you are spiritually glowing. The scent of breakthrough is all over you. The scent of justice, of angelic oil, of deliverance. The devil hates that scent. People with demonic influence can smell it, too. That's why the attacks increased lately. That's why some people started arguments with you for no reason. They were reacting to your fragrance. What they found on July 2nd wasn't physical. It was prophetic. They found your spiritual footprint. They saw something in a dream, in a file, in a strange document. Something hidden came to light and it's shaking them. They are trying to erase what they found, but it's too late. It's been copied. It's already in motion. You are about to walk into rooms you didn't apply for. People you never met are going to mention your name. Not in gossip, but in honor. What was stolen from you will be returned, not by force, but by divine intervention. The angels assigned to your case are working double time. There is a timer on this season and breakthrough has already been initiated. But you must not ignore this. You must stay alert. Someone close to you is pretending. They are acting supportive but are secretly feeding information to the very ones who tried to ruin you. But the scent of your divine calling is disturbing them. They are getting exposed by their own discomfort. Watch how they flinch when you speak light. Watch how their smiles fade when you talk about God. It's because the smell of your anointing is revealing their intentions. July 2nd was no ordinary day. It was a turning point. A heavenly alarm went off. Something was unlocked in your bloodline. Curses started breaking without your knowledge. Chains were falling in the spirit while you were sleeping. Someone who had authority over your family line has lost their grip. A dark covenant was shattered. And that's why the revelation was released on July 2nd. Because your body, your being, carries the afterglow of that spiritual breakage. They're going to say your name in fear. Not because you're evil, but because they tried to hurt you. And now judgment is knocking. This is not revenge. This is recompense. This is heaven responding to cries you thought went unheard. Archangel Michael was assigned to your cry, and now his sword is unsheathed. You may feel tired. That's because warfare has been heavy. You've been carrying invisible burdens for years. But something has shifted. The enemy can no longer touch you the same way. Your dreams are changing because your spiritual frequency has elevated. You are not who you were even 10 days ago. And July 2nd made sure of that. Someone is losing sleep because they fear what you now know. They're afraid you'll connect the dots. And you will slowly. The truth is coming together. Divine whispers, unusual signs, faces in dreams. These are not hallucinations. They're instructions, guidance, confirmation. Listen, the smell they're reacting to, it's the oil of preservation. You were preserved for such a time as this. What killed others couldn't kill you. What buried others couldn't hold you because you were chosen. Your survival is offensive to the enemy, but it's precious to heaven. There is a miracle with your name on it. But someone tried to intercept it, tried to claim it as their own. The July 2nd revelation is the proof. It was intercepted, hidden, edited, but the divine record remains untouched. God has the original copy, and He's about to release it into your hands. Keep your spirit clean. Keep your voice pure. Don't retaliate. Just watch. Watch how they expose themselves trying to run from what they did. Michael says, this is your moment. And no devil in hell can stop what God has now activated. The rest of July will be strange. Expect divine visitations. Expect to feel heavy one moment and light the next. That's the residue of angels moving near you. Expect faces from your past to reappear. Not all will come with good intentions, but each appearance is for revelation. You must discern. Do not ignore your dreams. Write them down. A message is coming through them. Someone who passed away is trying to tell you something. A spiritual message is hidden in symbols. The July 2nd energy opened a prophetic gate, and your spiritual sensitivity is increasing. You may start hearing names in your sleep. Don't be afraid. Those names will lead you to truth. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. This is not the time to doubt yourself. You are stepping into a season of divine confrontation. What has been swept under the rug will rise to the surface, and the smell, the spiritual aroma of your life is going to become undeniable. Heaven's oil is thick on you now. You carry favor. You carry fire, and it's time to walk like it. Someone is already watching you from a distance. They were warned not to touch you. They were shown what you carry. They had a dream. And in that dream, you were surrounded by light. They woke up sweating, panicking because they realized they tried to curse someone God had crowned. You are not forgotten. You are a key to many doors, a breaker of generational silence, a voice that heaven is amplifying, and the time is now. I have watched you in silence. I have seen how you've been treated in rooms you were never invited to, and in conversations that your soul could feel even without hearing a single word. Someone is commenting about your face in a group of 15 people, and everyone agreed, not because they hate you, but because your glow disturbed their shadows. You don't even know it, but your face carries light that threatens everything false. Your eyes remind them of what they've lost. Purity, truth, and the kind of peace that can't be bought. They tried to mock you, not realizing that heaven engraved favor on your features. What they said in that group is known. Not one word escaped me. I saw the smirks. I heard the jealousy in their laughter. They tried to turn you into a joke, but they didn't know that the very face they laughed at is the one I personally kissed with the oil of divine purpose. Your appearance is not for their validation. Your aura isn't for their approval. The light in your face is my signature, and no insult can erase what heaven has written. Archangel Michael was there when they showed each other screenshots, when they made side-by-side comparisons, when one person even said something so cruel it made the rest laugh nervously. Michael stood still with his sword drawn. He didn't strike because I told him to wait. I needed them to speak so their hearts could expose themselves. Now I have it all on record. You weren't there, but heaven was. And judgment is already in motion. You are about to hear good news. Not just any news. The kind that reverses the atmosphere. The kind that silences the whispers. This good news is going to come because of your last decision to open what I told you. That moment when you almost skipped my voice, but you didn't. That's the moment I used as the seed for your harvest. You listened, and now the heavens are unlocking what was held back for seasons. You opened the last warning, and because of that the door they tried to shut behind your back has swung open in front of you. Someone in that group is about to be exposed. Not because you asked for revenge, but because I'm a God of justice. One of them is about to message you out of nowhere, acting like nothing happened. They'll say they miss you. They'll ask you strange questions to test if you know. Do not answer them emotionally. Just listen. Let me handle it. Another person in that group, the one who said the cruelest thing, will soon face a situation that humbles them so deeply they'll remember your name every time they try to sleep. And the rest. They'll regret that moment because your name will be lifted publicly, and they'll have to watch the one they laughed at become the one they need a favor from. But that's not why I'm blessing you. I'm blessing you because you didn't let it change you. You felt it in your spirit. You sensed betrayal. You sensed gossip. You sensed a shift in how some people treated you. And still you chose kindness. You still prayed. You still trusted me. You didn't return evil with evil. You let me be your defender. And now I'm showing up for you in a way that no rumor can ruin. The thief is in your house, but not the kind you imagine. I'm not just talking about someone sneaking into your physical home. I'm speaking of someone you let into your space. Someone who has smiled in your face, eaten your food, and complimented you publicly. But privately, they've been stealing. Stealing your confidence, your joy, your time, your trust. Each time you told them something important, they turned it into ammunition. They wore the mask of support while taking notes for sabotage. And you ignored it, not because you were weak, but because your heart was pure. You gave them the benefit of the doubt. You made excuses for their behavior. You said, maybe I'm overthinking. You convinced yourself they cared, but every time they hugged you, heaven winced because I knew their hands weren't clean. Archangel Michael says he stood behind you while they looked over your shoulder, pretending to care, but scanning for flaws. He saw how they took your good news and turned it into a discussion point in their private group chat. He saw how they clapped for you in person but rolled their eyes behind your back. And yet still I told him to wait because I needed the roots to grow deep. I needed the evidence to collect. I needed the plan to reach its full exposure. Now it has. And I'm about to do something that will leave even your enemies in awe. A public restoration. A divine lifting, a reward that cannot be tampered with by human hands. But listen to me carefully, this reward requires your spiritual focus. This next door isn't just a blessing, it's a test. I'm watching to see if you will let pride speak when the applause comes. I'm watching to see if you'll use your success to taunt those who doubted you, or if you'll remain the same humble heart I fell in love with. Don't let bitterness ride on the wings of breakthrough. Keep your eyes on me. Because this is only the beginning. That person who is stealing from you, they don't know what's coming. I have sent dreams to warn them. I have stirred their spirit with restlessness, but they ignored it. They don't realize that by hurting you, they touched the apple of my eye. And now what they thought they got away with is about to cost them more than they ever imagined. You're going to feel it soon. A strange shift in energy. You'll suddenly feel lighter, more peaceful. Things will start flowing that felt blocked for months. That's not random. That's me removing their spiritual weight from your life. Their access is being revoked and your atmosphere is being purified. Don't be surprised when people start confessing, when old conversations resurface. When screenshots, voice notes, or random apologies start flooding in, that's me pulling back the curtain. I'm revealing who stood where. I'm answering the prayer you didn't speak out loud. God, show me who's real. This is that moment. And Archangel Michael says he's been begging you to open this because you were just minutes away from stepping into a trap disguised as kindness. Someone was planning to invite you to an event or reconnect with you under the guise of friendship, but their real plan was to embarrass you, to catch you off guard, to record you, to twist your words, to feed you lies. But now it's over. That trap is dissolved. The invite will mysteriously get cancelled. The plan will fall apart because you opened this. You obeyed the nudge. You let heaven speak before you let your emotions decide. And for that, I'm giving you double peace, double favor, double protection. You will see who was for you and who was against you. You will see how much I loved you behind the scenes. You will see that every tear you cried was not ignored. It was stored. And now I am pouring back every tear in the form of blessings. They laughed at your face. But now they will see my glory on it. They commented in groups. Now I will speak your name in higher places. They tried to steal. Now I will multiply what they tried to take because you are mine and nothing will ever steal my favor from your life. I have seen what they discovered. I know what was whispered behind closed doors on July 2nd. I saw the moment their face shifted. I heard the fear in their voice. I watched their hands tremble as they tried to process what they had found. Not because it was evil, but because they didn't understand the divine power wrapped around your life. What they sensed in your presence was not human. What they smelled was not something of this earth. It was a fragrance of purpose, a scent of destiny, a holy oil placed upon your spirit that made the enemy tremble. Your body smells like a calling, like something sacred that this world cannot define. There is something about you that shakes the spiritual atmosphere. Your existence disturbs darkness. Your presence agitates the ones who carry guilt, hidden intentions, and evil motives. When they came near you on that day, they weren't just confronting a person. They were colliding with a divine assignment. You don't even realize how many layers of heavenly fire cover you. You walk into rooms unaware that your scent alone awakens both light and conviction. And yes, they noticed it. Someone is afraid because they saw too much. They heard too much. They felt too much. And now heaven is telling you, do not panic. God is with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. There is nothing to fear when the armies of heaven stand around your soul. Archangel Michael has not moved from your side. He has stood guard while eyes tried to watch you with suspicion. He has fought battles in the invisible for your name, your destiny, your safety. What happened on July 2nd wasn't random. It wasn't an accident. It was the moment when the veil was pulled back and someone accidentally stumbled into the truth about you. You are not ordinary. Your spirit is marked. There is a reason people cannot remain neutral when it comes to you. They either want to protect you deeply or push you away entirely. And it has nothing to do with your personality. It's your presence. It's the divine aura you carry. It's the fact that God Himself breathes through you. And now one person has come into full realization of it. They may not have had the words. They may have just said something about your scent or your presence. But inside they knew what they felt was bigger than anything they had ever known. What you carry on your body is not a smell from perfume or oil. What you carry is the after effect of your prayers. It's the sweet aroma of surrender. The fragrance of the fire you passed through and survived. When you gave God your yes. When you cried in silence and chose not to break. When you stood in the shadows and worshipped while no one was watching. That moment released a holy fragrance from your life, and now those around you are sensing it. Some will respect it. Others will fear it. But none will be able to deny it. And now don't you shrink yourself. Don't you lower your voice just because someone is uncomfortable. Don't you question yourself just because their eyes changed. I placed this on you. I anointed you. You didn't earn it through perfection. You received it through surrender. I will not remove what I placed upon you just to make people more at ease. They have two choices. Honor what they see in you or step aside. While I elevate you in front of them. Your body smells like destiny. It smells like the ashes of the old you that had to die so the new one could rise. It smells like a crown that was placed on your head in secret but is about to be made public. It smells like justice, like divine restoration. Like heavenly warfare that has already been won. On July 2nd, someone caught a whiff of something eternal, and now they cannot stop thinking about it. That smell shook them, not because it was foul, but because it was unfamiliar, because it awakened their spirit to realize this person isn't who I thought they were. The truth is they weren't supposed to get that close. But I let it happen, says God, to prove a point. I wanted them to see what I'm about to do with your life. I wanted them to be witnesses. I allowed them to stumble upon that moment so they could feel the difference. So they could know this one belongs to me. And now they're afraid because what they found means they can't manipulate you. They can't play with your heart. They can't plot behind your back. You're covered too deeply. You're watched too closely. Heaven doesn't play about you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. Even when others are uncomfortable, you are protected. Even when others fear your growth, you are secure. Even when they gossip, I bless. Even when they question, I answer. Even when they doubt, I show up. You need not defend yourself. You need not explain the calling. You are not a project for public opinion. You are a manifestation of a promise spoken in the heavens long before you were born. And now you need to prepare yourself because that scent, that spiritual fragrance is about to attract even more. The right people will recognize it as holy. They will feel peace in your presence. They will feel healing. But others, those who carry guilt, secrets, and envy, they will feel convicted, shaken, nervous. They will see visions of their own betrayal just by standing near your truth. Don't take it personally. They are not rejecting you. They are reacting to the God inside of you. Archangel Michael is placing a seal over you now. This seal cannot be broken by rumors, lies, or fear. You are marked. You are untouchable by evil. You are covered in oil and that oil is sacred. It cannot be imitated. It cannot be bought. It cannot be removed. It follows you into rooms. It sits with you in meetings. It lingers in your conversations. It's why doors open for you even when others think you're unqualified. It's why miracles happen when you show up. It's why healing begins when you pray. They may have smelled something unusual on July 2nd, but what they didn't realize is that they were smelling your breakthrough before it even arrived. That fragrance was a preview, a signal, a divine warning to every demonic force. You are not to be touched. Your story cannot be stolen. Your spirit cannot be caged. Your soul is already spoken for. And now, trust me. Don't panic about who knows what. Don't worry about who's afraid of you. Focus on me. Focus on what I've placed before you. This next season requires your full attention. Let me handle the whispers. Let me address the ones watching from the shadows. Let me clean the path before you. So, all you have to do is walk forward because you're almost there. You're about to walk into rooms you didn't even know were being prepared for you. You're about to be called by name in places you've never been. All because you carried my fragrance faithfully. And yes, even your enemies will be forced to say, there's something different about this one. They may not know what it is. They may describe it strangely. They may say your body smells like something ancient, sacred, or even intimidating. But it's all the same. It's me, says God. It's my evidence on your life. It's my fingerprint on your future. And nothing they say or think can erase what I've stamped upon you. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are perfectly placed for a miracle. And no amount of fear from others can stop what I'm about to unleash over your life. You are sealed in glory. Smelling like purpose. Breathing like prophecy and moving with the fire of heaven in your footsteps. So don't hold back now. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep showing up. Even when it feels silent. Even when it feels like no one understands, heaven understands. I understand. And I promise you this. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are chosen. And every strange reaction to your presence is just confirmation that my presence is strong within you. The one who was afraid on July 2nd. They were supposed to be because they touched something holy. And now they know they must tread carefully. For whoever touches you touches the apple of my eye.